Good day to everyone. We will discuss about the forms of ownership. So before we proceed from the forms of ownership, let us define first the business. Business is the legal entity that buying and selling goods and services to maximize the profit where the goods and services are exchanged in money. And the person who engage in business is called entrepreneur or businessman. Next, organization. Organization is the group of people who are working together in the firm with different position or title that each of them has different tasks but the same goal, aiming for the great result in the business.
So we have two types of business organization. First is has to nature or purpose, and next is as to ownership. Before we tackle the forms of ownership, we tackle first quickly the nature. It has originally 7 types. It has service, merchandising or trading, manufacturing, banking and finance, mining, or extractive industry, construction companies, and genetic industries. First is the service, where the business is rendering service, like barbershop, parlor massage, and etc. Next is merchandising and trading. This business is into buy and sell. Trading involves international transaction like exports and imports goods, while merchandising is transferring ownership like buy and sell house, car, and etc. Manufacturing. This business buys our raw materials and it turns in a good or products like the San Miguel Corporation. And the other forms of nature or purposes is banking and finance. This business, money is the main object. Example is BDO, credit card company, and loans, and etc. Mining extractive industries. This business extract natural resources like minerals, copper, oil, gold, etc. like Caltex Philippines. Construction companies. This business focusing in building a house, schools, buildings, and roads. Genetics industries. This business is focused on producing species of plants and animals that is used for sale or bioproducts. Let's go to the ownership. We have 4 types. First is sole single proprietorship. This business is owned by one person. It is registered to the DTI or Department of Trade and Industries. Ang ginagawa nito ay palakihin ang kalakalan at industriya ng bansa sa pamagitan ng paggawa ng bagong hanap buhay at magtaas sa kinikita ng Pilipino. Meron tayong advantage and disadvantage ng sole single proprietorship. First, ang advantage, madali lang siyang gawin at mababa lang yung need na money para magawa siya. Di gaya ng ibang types, relatively easier and less costly to form because there are fewer formal business requirements. Ano yung mga need niya para makatayo ng ganitong business? Register lang sa DTI, Mayor's Permit, BIR, at saka Barangay Permit. Next is advantage is the secrecy. Secrecy, dapat alam mo yung SWOT ng competition ng mga kalaban mo. Nang gayon, alam mo kung paano ito tatalunin. Ano ba ang mga SWOT? So, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. At ang sabi sa secrecy, may advantage daw business mo kapag sinarili mo yung intention mo, bakit mo tinayo yung business. Para nga naman, alam yung gagawin mo kapag nagka-problema. The more na sinabi mo sa iba, the more na malalaman ng competitors mo yung tinatago mong key to your successful business. Next is distribution and use of profits. Kapag kumita yung business mo, ikaw lang. You keep all the profits that you earn. Wala kang ka-share kasi ikaw lang mag-isa. Control of business. Decision making is simple because you have complete control over the business. Wala kang katulong. So dapat pag nag-decide ka, is tama at nakabuti sa business mo. Next is government regulation. Walang batas dito. Unlike sa partnership at corporation, may mga sinusunod silang batas. Lower extent of government regulation. Pero the business must send a few records to the government. Next is taxation. Relatively taxes. So, ang tax lang na babayaran mo is personal income or income taxation. Next is closing the business. Mabilis lang siyang stop anytime. Kapag di mo na kumikita, pwede nang itigil. So, kapag alam mo nang di kumikita, madali lang siyang isara. Ganon, konti lang ang malulugi sa'yo. Pero dapat, kailangan mo i-process yun sa BIR, DTI at iba pang permit. Next naman is yung disadvantage. Owner's luck. Yung success ng business nakadepende sa skill ng owner kung paano siya magmamanage ng business. Yung single proprietor, dapat generalist ka, yung marunong ka mag-account ng pera, marketing, production, and etc. Alam mo lahat ng paikot-ikot sa business. Next is difficult to track. Kaya mahirap kung muna employee kasi maliit lang yung business. Syempre, kapag maliit lang sweldo, tsaka maikli lang ang buhay. Sabi nga, di ba, pwede isara anytime. Yung buhay ng business nakadepende sa ownership niya, coterminus. Different raise cap. It is more difficult to raise capital because you rely mostly on your personal assets and loans initially finance the business. Limited life of firm. Sabi nga, di ba, nakatebente nga sa owner kung kailan niya ititigil. Unlimited liability. You assume all the risks of loss, you take all responsibility, and rely mostly on yourself in making decision. You are personally liable for the debts and obligation of the business.
Next one is partnership. Partnership is the business that is owned by two or more individuals who enter in a contract to carry on the business. The owners of a partnership called partner. Their contract in nature can be formed either by an oral contract or by a written contract. A partnership is registered by the SEC. Next one is the advantage and disadvantage. One of the advantages of partnership are two heads are better than one, greater capital than sole proprietorship, less government control, easier to form this business because only the contractual agreement between the partners needed. And then, for the disadvantage of the partnership, unlimited liability, limited life, and also you don't give all the profits because you need to share them with your partners. For the characteristic of the partnership, first is mutual agency, second, voluntary association, based on contract, limited life, unlimited liability, division of profit, and co-ownership of contribution. And next, for the types of partnership, we have as to liability and as to investment. For the as to liability, there are two types of partner, which is general partner, his liability extend up to his personal asset. Next is limited partner, his liability extend up to partnership only. And for the partnership as to investment, there are three types of partner. We have capitalist partner, invest money or property, industrial partner, invest skill, talent, or knowledge, and last one, capitalist industrial partner, which is combination of the two, invest money or property and skills, talent, or knowledge. Corporation. Corporation is an artificial being or juridical person means in the eyes of a law, a corporation is like a person, separate from its owner. Therefore, corporation can transact on its own, have its own property, and sue or to be sued. And also, corporation have a disadvantage and advantages. For the advantages of the corporation, we have limited liability because stockholders are liable for corporate debts up to amount they have invested, and unlimited life. Corporation have a legal life of 50 years, and also corporation have a greater capital. Next, for the disadvantage, we have corporation is more difficult and more costly to form, and greater extent of government regulation and higher taxes. Also, difficult to distribute the profit. Next, parties of corporation. We have corporators, include the incorporators and stockholders. Next, incorporators, which is the founders, stockholders or shareholders, those who own shares of stock. Next, board of directors, governing body of the corporation and formulates the overall policy of the corporation. And last one, corporate officer. Officials of the corporation including the president, vice president, secretary, and etc. For the classification of corporation as a nature, we have two classifications, which is public corporation, government of a portion of the state, for example, municipal corporation and local government. And the second one is private corporation, all other corporation other than public corporations. And for the also classification of private corporation as the purpose, we have profit, non-profit, charitable. Under charitable purpose is R, religious, public charity, and as the purpose also is foundation.
Let us proceed to the last of as to ownership, which is the cooperative. Cooperative also has juridical personality similar to a corporation, and the members of cooperative shall not be less than 15 individuals. However, cooperative can have as many members as 8 by laws permit. A cooperative is registered with the Cooperative Development Authority or CDA. Cooperative works also for the benefits of the members by not just earning profit. So what is the advantages and disadvantages of cooperative? Advantages. Unlike in corporation, say, on corporation affairs is not affected by the number of shares you own. This is because in a cooperative, each member is entitled to one vote regardless of his or her shareholdings. However, members with larger shareholdings are entitled to larger share in profit. Another one advantage is a cooperative is generally exempt from paying taxes. This is the main advantage of cooperative and the most common reason why cooperatives are organized. Moreover, a cooperative may receive assistance from the government. Disadvantages. The disadvantages of cooperative is prone to poor management. Cooperative are more often than not managed by members who were elected as board of directors rather than by employed professional managers. Since there is one member, one vote policy in a cooperative, influential members tend to dominate the election process. The result is that who get elected may not be the ones who were most qualified for the task. Another disadvantage is cooperative is susceptible to corruption due to its management structure and lack of profit motive. The elected officers may be inclined to act on their personal interest. Next topic. Move on to the mutual company. Mutual company is a mutual wherein it is a private firm that is owned by its customers or policyholders. We have two types in mutual companies. It is mutual savings banks and mutual insurance company. So what is mutual savings banks? It is a type of thrift institution originally designed to serve low-income individuals. Historically, these individuals invested in long-term, fixed-rate assets such as mortgages. Initiated in 1816, the first mutual saving banks were the Philadelphia Savings Society and Boston Provident Institution for Saving. Number 2, the mutual insurance company. A mutual insurance company is owned by policyholders. The sole purpose of a mutual insurance company is to provide insurance coverage for its members and policyholders, and its members are given the right to select management. Federal law, rather than state law, determines whether an insurer can be classified as mutual insurance company. Last topic, the other forms of business organization. We have the joint stock company, the joint venture, and the business trust. So what is joint stock company? It is a business owned by its investors, with each investors owning a share based on the amount of stock purchased. Joint stock companies are created in order to finance endeavors that are too expensive for an individual or even a government to fund. The owners of a joint stock company expect to share in its profit.
Next is joint venture. A commercial enterprise undertaken jointly by two or more parties which otherwise retain their distinct identities. Meaning, yung dalawang parties nag-join ng kanilang resources para sa bagong project pero may sarili-sariling entity. Unlike sa partnership, pag nagpartner sila, pati utang ng kapartner mo ay pwede mong problemahin. While sa joint venture, hindi. May sarili kayo at kanya-kanya. Ang problema nyo lang is yung project na gagawin nyo. Kung ano lang ang resources, yun lang ang gagawin. It has also tax and di na need mag-register. Next is business trust. Form of business organization which is similar to corporation in which investor receive a transferable certificates beneficial interest. The trustees are administered for the advantage of beneficiaries who hold equitable title to it. Ibig sabihin, itong mga business trust ay binabayaran ng mga talagang investor para sila yung umattend sa company at maging representative nila sa company. Thank you.